Welcome back to our series on decision making. In the previous video, we set the stage for understanding what decision making is and its importance in various contexts. Today, we'll discuss key strategies in the decision making process. So what do we do when we have too many decisions to make? See, for me, decision making is like packing a suitcase. When you start, you might try to put everything you want into that suitcase. But soon the suitcase gets too full and you can't close it. You see, an experienced traveler knows that to pack well, you have to choose only the important items and leave out the rest. Decision making is like packing that suitcase. You have to decide what to keep and what to leave out, even if it means leaving behind some of the things you like. Just like the suitcase, our minds can only handle so much. If you go back to our previous video on willpower, you'll recall we spoke about how willpower starts to decrease as we make more decisions. You see, new tasks and ideas will always come up, but we need to focus on the most important ones to avoid feeling overwhelmed and to be able to move forward easily, effectively, and with clarity. So what are the key steps in the decision-making process? I'm going to use the Netflix case study to specifically focus on how they made decisions to shift from DVD rental services to online streaming platforms, which transformed the actual media landscape. Step one in the decision-making process is define the problem. Now, I want to start off by reminding you that in some instances, the problem actually isn't the problem. You see, the apparent issue at hand may not be the true or the root cause of the difficulties. Instead, the real problem might lie deeper in the underlying factors or in how you and I perceive and respond to the issue. So it is absolutely important to take time to identify the root causes rather than focusing solely on the surface level symptoms. See, in the case of Netflix, they realized that increasing postal cost, competition, and technological advances would threaten their growth potential and long-term sustainability of their DVD mail-by-service business. Step two is gather the relevant information. So collect relevant information before making a decision. Consider what information is needed, the best sources, and how to obtain it. Netflix conducted an analysis of customer behavior, technology trends, and broadband internet adoption. In step three, we consider alternatives. You see, considering multiple options fosters our creativity and innovation. It encourages us to think outside the box and explore new approaches. In the context of the Netflix case, the main alternatives that were considered were continuing with the DVD rental model or shifting focus to an online streaming service. And lastly, offering both services simultaneously. Step four is for us to weigh the evidence. Here, you need to utilize your knowledge and emotions to envision what it would be like if you pursued each option to its conclusion. Assessing whether the requirement identified in step one, which was defining the problem, would be fulfilled or resolved by employing each of the alternatives. Netflix noted that the broadband technology was becoming more reliable and widespread. Streaming offered immediate content delivery, which could enhance their customer satisfaction and reduce operational costs over time. Step five, choose amongst the alternatives. Once you have weighed all the evidence, you are ready now to select the alternative that seems to be the best option for you. Netflix decided to launch their streaming while keeping their DVD service, allowing for gradual customer transition and testing the streaming market without abandoning their DVD rental business. Step six. Now remember, a decision is only a decision and only becomes a decision when it turns into action. Otherwise, it's just a good intention. Netflix launched their streaming service in 2007, initially offering it as a free bonus to their DVD subscription plans. They incrementally invested more in streaming technology and content licensing. And lastly, step seven, we review our decisions. In this final step, consider the results of your decision and evaluate whether or not it has resolved the need you identified in step 1, which was define the problem. Netflix regularly assessed how customers were using their streaming service and how satisfied they were, and then adjusted their offerings based on the feedback and customer usage patterns. As streaming became more popular, they allocated more resources to it, ultimately becoming the leader in online streaming and reducing their focus on DVD rentals. This strategic shift from DVD rentals to streaming was essential for Netflix. Not only did they take advantage of technological advancements, but also anticipated change in consumer behavior, establishing Netflix as a major player in the global entertainment industry. I hope that you found our 2 videos in this series on decision making to be enlightening. Please be mindful of the following. Make informed choices. To do this, it is imperative to gather an array of information. Ensure balanced evaluation, as it is essential to objectively weigh the advantages and disadvantages using both logic and intuition. And lastly, think big picture, because it's important to consider how each decision will contribute to the attainment of your long-term objectives. We appreciate your viewership and encourage you to explore our additional videos for further valuable content.